Hey boys, this is your dad, and here's another letter to you. There's something I hope you never forget, and that is, you are enough. Now, I know that can be a confusing thing to hear because from the moment you're born, the world will start telling you what your value should be. It tells you you should be smarter, you should be stronger, more successful, more attractive, more popular. And as you get older, unfortunately, these voices keep getting louder. School will compare your grades, sports will compare your performances, jobs will look at all your accomplishments. Social media will compare your life to someone else's highlight reel. And if you're not careful, you'll begin to believe that your worth is something you have to earn. That one day, after enough success, enough achievement, enough recognition, you'll finally be at a place where you can step back and say, I am enough. But boys, that's a dangerous game because there will always be someone who will make more money, someone who will have a bigger house, someone who will be stronger, someone who is smarter, someone who will appear to have it all figured out. And if your value comes from comparison, you'll spend your entire life chasing a finish line that keeps moving further and further and further away. And I know this because I felt it myself. I've chased goals. I've wanted to prove to myself my worth. I've thought that my next big accomplishment would finally bring a sense of satisfaction. And accomplishments, yeah, they're a great, wonderful thing, but they can never answer my question of my worth because your value is not something you have to earn. That's something you already possess. Now, don't misunderstand me. I want you to be ambitious. I want you to dream big dreams. I want you to work hard, set goals. I want you to become capable men who make a difference in this world. But I also want you to not confuse what you accomplish with who you are. Your accomplishments are things that you've done, but your character is who you are, and your character will always matter more. The people who love you the most in this world are not going to remember every trophy or how much money you have. What they will remember is how you treated them, whether you kept your word, whether you were the kind of person who was kind when they didn't have to be, whether you stood up for what was right when maybe it wasn't easy. Those are the things that I feel define a man, not a title, not a paycheck, and not some kind of scoreboard. Because boys, there will be days where you do fail, days when you lose, days where you make mistakes, days when someone rejects you, days where you feel like everyone else has it all figured out and you don't. But I need you to remember something important. A bad day doesn't make you a bad person. A loss never makes you a loser. A mistake doesn't make you a failure. And someone else's opinion doesn't determine your value. Because life will humble you from time to time. That's just part of the process. But never let temporary circumstances convince you that there is something permanently wrong with you. Boys, the strongest people I know aren't the ones who think they're perfect. They're the ones who understand they have flaws, they have weaknesses, and they have insecurities. But for some reason, they still move forward anyways. They know they don't need to be perfect to deserve love. That one took me a long time to figure out, by the way. They don't have to be flawless to deserve respect. They don't have to win every battle to be worthy. And neither do you. So chase your goals, work hard, become the strongest, smartest, most capable version of yourself. Not because you're trying to prove your worth, but because you want to honor the gifts and opportunities you've been given. There's a big difference between those two things. And I think one comes from insecurity and the other one comes from gratitude. Boys, there's nothing wrong with wanting more in life. Just don't spend so much time becoming someone that you forget to appreciate who you already are. Because from the day you were born, you have brought so much joy, purpose, and meaning into my life. Not because of what you have accomplished and not because of what you might become someday. Simply because you're my Landon, and simply because you're my Liam. Nothing you can achieve can make me love you more, and nothing you fail at can make me love you less. And that's one of the greatest lessons I need you to carry with you. Your worth is not earned. Your worth is inherent. So you don't have to prove that you matter because you already do. The craziest thing is there's two people in this world who look at you and you are their entire world. I love you. You are my sons, and I will always be proud of you.